So now video rolling, sound is rolling.
Take one.
Take one. All right, question one.
Should we do an introduction?
Oh yeah, we have to do an intro.
Hey there, it's Iris and Yay! And we're the filmmakers for the CG&S 60th docu-series. And this is the making of.
Yay! Yay! We made it! We did it!
Okay, so some might think that it's kind of crazy to make an entire docu-series and have a full-time job. Kind of right. But we were coming up on our 60th anniversary, and Anne is working with us as the receptionist. And we were brainstorming about how we can celebrate instead of just throwing a party or writing some blogs. Anne suggested doing a 3-part docu-series.
You know, just cause.
Just cause. We both have backgrounds in film. Anne is in documentary filmmaking, and I am in feature films. So, you know, we both had some technical aspects that we can bring to the table, but this is really our first actual full production project that we have done on our own.
For me, I'd just come off of a documentary about women AIDS activists, and so I was just like in it, and I was like, I know, you want to do something for your 60th anniversary? We got some. Let's make a movie. Let's just do that.
An entire year.
Yeah, but that's like totally enough time. I know the process. Sure, I've never done it, but I've helped. You know. Yeah. So we were just like a little naive, and we were like, let's do it. It'll be great. And we just love film.
And
so
we did it.
We did.
We actually did it.
So it's possible. Dreams come true.
Yeah.
This is real life.
Central theme.
Central theme. Central market? No. Central theme.
Central theme.
Really, themes emerged as we were doing the interviews and as we were sort of discovering the story. And I think what those ended up being were, you know, family, like a love of family and commitment to family. And just in general, this like really strong belief that, you know, we're good people, we do good work, and we're gonna do this our way.
Yeah.
You know, and we're gonna take it into our own hands in a way and do it ourselves. Like Clarence and Stella did that in terms of starting the company without a tax ID number at first, but then they got it, you know, they figured it out. And same for, you know, the 90s when we added design.
Yeah.
I don't know, do you have any other themes that
came up? I think dedication and persistence in the best way. You know, Clarence started working in construction and being a carpenter and was trying to get on crews and work with other people, but there was just a lot of discrimination, and so, you know, how he came over that was to just create his own company. And that was, you know, he needed to provide for his family and his growing family, and, you know, instead of letting that type of racism get him down, he just overcame it, and it's an inspiration, really.
Yeah. So we didn't really know each other before this project started. I had just started here at CG&S as a receptionist, had just come up with this idea, and so really we got to know each other through working together, and turns out we really get along. And we're both, you know, super silly.
Yeah. We're on the same vibe.
Yeah.
We're, you know, and it helps stuff, you know, when you're out in the 6th hour and it's 100 degrees and it's really, really hot and you're all sunburned. It really helps to have someone you like. Yeah. You're kind of cranky.
Oh, yeah. We were there in the trenches together.
So that certainly was not a hard thing to get over.
Yeah.
We just got friends out of it. That's really nice.
Yay!
You know, I think for us, for those interviews, we really just listened to them.
Yeah.
You know, we asked the same questions that we would for anyone else, but there was just a lot more meat to their stories. There's a lot more that Clarence and Stella really had to say. And, you know, we got to, especially me, for them being my grandparents, I got to know them in a way that I didn't prior to that. So that was a really nice gift that they gave us, especially, you know, that discrimination story that Clarence talks about. But there was a couple more, and, you know, it was really, that must have been really challenging for them, and for him to actually open up and talk about that was really special.
Yeah, no, it was a really amazing moment, just like filming that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the stuff that you hope to capture
Yeah, right.
when you're making a documentary, is like the really emotional like disclosure. And we learned about just how much of a unit they are and how much they depend on each other and have worked together and really built the company together. That's as right. well.
Yeah.
And so that was really cool.
It was
and
really sweet.
Yeah, really rewarding to interview them. I would say the most challenging thing was trying to do our roles in the office. Iris is the marketing director.
Have a full-time job and make a documentary.
Yeah. So which is part of why it took so long. Yeah. You know, it's like we were doing it a little bit at a time because we were trying to do other things as well.
That's right.
But the best part, I would say, besides working with this lovely lady, was just doing it, shooting stuff, shooting the interviews, shooting the B-roll, right. Being out and about.
Yeah, it really broke up the day.
Yeah.
And, being film buffs and lovers, and being able to actually do that. And our job, most people wouldn't think being in a design build firm, you would actually make a movie, but we did. And that's the great thing about this company is, they really support you if you want to do a completely different type of project, just as long as, you balance it out.
Yeah.
We did. I think we did a great job.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of us.
Yeah. Advice we'd give someone else if they wanted to do this in-house.
Just don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. I would say find someone who knows the process. Whether that's a professional who you're hiring for like a 1-hour consultation, which we did. Yeah. We did that for both Jason Harder and Ted Powers, our equipment consultant and our editor. And they really helped us clarify what we would be doing and what we needed to research more.
That's right.
Before we got started. So really, like, you don't know what you don't know, so find someone who does know.
In the very beginning, we were going to shoot, produce, and edit this entire video in-house. And as we got into the process, it was very clear early on that editing this, if we wanted the quality that we got, we had to hire a professional. So I've known Ted Powers since I was a kid, also Jason Hardage. And so if you know people,
ask for help.
Ask for help. Really don't be afraid to do that. Yeah. And if you realize that you can't handle everything, then let that piece go and invest some money in it because it's worth it.
Yeah. What was our process?
Script process.
So the writing process.
Yes.
Wow. Once we had all of the interviews done, we had to transcribe it. So that was an important step for people who don't know about documentaries. The script was actually developed from the transcripts. So we, it really was working large to small.
Yeah.
Where we were getting all of the information and I was looking at all of it and then had to sort of pick out the parts that stood out to us that we thought were important and then condense it down like 5 more times.
Yeah, because I think our original script for part 1 was like 35 minutes long. Like, because we want it all, and you certainly cannot do that. And if we wanted to create something that was digestible to our viewers, we really had to condense it down.
You're constantly asking yourself, like, what is important to say and what is not essential? It's not necessarily that it's not important, but what is not essential for the story.
That's right. Because there were so many little stories within the story. Yeah. And fortunately, you can't put that all in the video.
Mm-mm.
What was it like working together?
It was good. Honestly, like, it was great because I feel like we have really good communication.
Yeah.
And that's pretty important. And then
vital piece of information.
Yeah, you need to communicate with people, share what's going on.
Well, and I also think regarding like our directing styles, like I'm one that would maybe take multiple takes of one shot to try to get the right thing. No David Fincher, but I want it to be nice, and I was grateful that you were like, okay, it's good, let's just move on. Like, I kind of need like someone to break me out of my obsessive, no, do it again, or like turn it, scoot over to the right, or give me 30 seconds. And you're like, no, we only need 5. I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you, I needed that.
Yeah. But on the other hand, it was really good that you have such great attention to detail, because I feel like that has saved us, you know? Like, there have been times where it was like, oh, we do need to, like, turn the sound on. Yeah, I think it was just great having a partner, honestly.
Now
like,
I see why there's people that are duos that direct stuff.
Yeah, because
It's kind of like a checks and balance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that was actually really nice, was to have, like, we could remind each other, like, oh, right, we have to have this production meeting. Oh, yeah, this is what we have to do.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that was really nice to just have two brains holding everything together.
It was awesome.
It was great. Teamwork.
Woo!
So thank you for watching this video that we made about the behind-the-scenes process of making the 60th docu-series.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun for us,
Yeah.
and we really appreciate everyone who participated, helped us, and watched it.
Yeah. So big thanks to Ted Powers, our editor, and Jason Harder, our camera and sound consultant. Big thanks to Ryan Davis, who is the marketing assistant, for helping us out with photos and camera and everything else in between.
Yeah.
Big thanks to Dolores and Stuart, Thomas and John,
Mark.
Clarence and Sarah, Mark Clapp,
Everyone.
everyone that was associated with this, interviewed or really helped bring this together. We really couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah, this was definitely a passion project for the company, I would say, and so we are just really pleased with how it turned out, and we hope that you watch it if you haven't already, and just take a little peek at the history of this pretty awesome company.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yay! Yay! Peace! Oh my gosh! Peace!